Hello, everyone. Welcome to Artistically Married, where we explore the inner workings of our marriage driven by artistic expression. We're your hosts, Jake Ackerman.
And Brianne Steinberg. Yeah, today we're joined by our in-house real estate mentor, Pietro Mastromatteo.
And it's something that we have to talk about a lot in our marriage.
Yeah, probably more than Jacob wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
More than anyone in my household wants to talk about it.
You mean you're not telling everybody I'm your uncle?
Yes, of course. Yeah,
Pietro's here to
yeah.
talk about real estate because we never do that, do we?
Yeah, we do it all the time.
No, of course we do.
Yeah, he's our uncle, for anyone who doesn't know that. But yeah, he's been our mentor kind of along our real estate journey.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions that we kind of have going forward with our real estate decisions, he's always the first person that we call to run it by.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys invited me here. I'm looking forward to talking.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
And you actually just came home from a...
Oh, terrible evening.
Yeah.
Trying to come home from Myrtle Beach and Buffalo was shut down because of the ice, and I am too old to sleep on an airport floor. I'll tell you that.
Did you sleep all day?
Like today?
Yeah. Catch up?
No, it was so weird because I got home and I had no sleep, but it's daylight.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I went out to work. I don't know, went and checked out the properties, things like that, make sure everything's in order.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get into this when we kind of touch on, varying investment properties, but you were visiting a property that you own in Myrtle Beach, right? You have like a luxury property there.
I have 3 properties now in the United States as well. 2 are Airbnbs, which I know you're familiar with. Mm-hmm. And they're short-term rentals, oceanfront. One's in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, and the other one is in Florida, Daytona Beach.
Still surviving.
Love it. Even after the hurricane.
Yeah,
those people are incredibly resilient. It's amazing.
Yeah, they've been through a lot. Like this isn't the first one.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm not going to say they're used to it, but they definitely know what it's like to have a hurricane, and they get together and rally around each other, which is fantastic to see.
Right.
And within days, everything's piled up in piles of garbage at the road. The city comes and grabs it all, and it's like life carries on,
It's amazing.
It waits for nobody.
Yeah, I think you kind of had it right saying that they are used to it. Like they've been through it so many times that they probably have like the systems in place, right? To like take care of it.
Right.
It's
and
crazy.
We talk about our snow, which we had a foot of snow, no big deal. And they're like, oh my God, we're
exactly.
Stay home.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's the same thing. That's their thing, and we have our thing, and life carries on. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But no, I've only had those in the United States probably in the last 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. I didn't always have those. I just seem to be branching out. It's sort of a pet project too. It's really fun. Like, who doesn't want to own an oceanfront Airbnb?
Luxury property.
Come on.
And again, like the excuse, like you said, to like go travel like that. You want to be out of the cold anyways.
Yeah. Well, I did. I fell in love with Daytona Beach years ago when we were down for an Orlando golf trip.
Okay.
We were in Orlando. That's like an hour away.
Yeah.
And there's 12 of us golfing. We're like, hey, did you know it's Bike Week in Daytona? Why don't we get a limo and go to Daytona?
What were the motorcycles?
Yes, the Main Street. I mean, it's their Bike Week. It was an eye opener.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a lot more flesh than I thought I would see.
On bikes?
On bikes.
Bikinis on bikes.
It was crazy. It was awesome.
Fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, I guess it's all just that type of climate that surrounds that culture. Right?
It was so fun. I decided to bring my family back.
Right.
The next year, walking down the street with the little ones, and Risa just looks at me and goes, why are we here?
Why did you bring us to this?
He's covering all the eyes of the children. Don't look!
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, that was fun.
Fun.
So I like going to those places. I still have them both, and
it's so fun.
They do well, and things are good there.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have one townhouse there with my brother Frank too, like a long-term rental.
Okay.
A townhouse in South Carolina, and he spends 3 months of the year.
Yeah, he's there.
He's also in real estate.
Right.
Franco's in real estate, and
yeah, anytime I've hung out with him, I've also gotten just gold advice.
I'm actually blessed to be surrounded by real estate mentors my whole life. I have my brother, my late friend Keck, which
even your dad.
My dad was in it. I've been in real estate and construction my whole entire life. Yeah. The only thing I've probably never done was be an agent. I'm not an agent.
A real estate agent.
I've never been an agent.
Yeah.
Never
I
actually
think
had
like,
the desire
it's
to be
funny
one
with
either.
even within real estate, you kind of stay in your own wheelhouse, right? You're like, okay, I know my lane, and I'm gonna like make decisions within that realm.
That is an interesting comment, because real estate has
so many
facets to it.
So many.
I wasn't really sure, like, Brianne wants to do a podcast about real estate.
Where do we start?
Like, what do you got, a month? Like,
exactly. Well, we're hoping, we've had a few of those where we're like, this is going to be our like resident, real estate person, because I think it is like, we're going to get into it, but it changes and it fluctuates so much, and there's always like new surrounding topics around it.
Right.
And it's a hot topic right now.
Well, I know you say it's a hot topic right now.
I feel like it always
It's always a hot topic.
Yeah,
People need to live places.
I think housing, you hear about housing, everybody's affected by housing. Right. Everybody needs a place to live.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a home, a rental, anything. Like, everybody has to live somewhere. Yeah. Everybody likes to talk about it.
Yep. Community, multi-generational, that's where we're going.
You go to a party and somebody finds out you're in construction or real estate, instant friend.
Yeah, they don't want to know all the things. Yeah.
But you know what? When else it really changed, I found was I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Was it TLC was the first home shows that
they did all the home reno stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it exploded. Yeah.
Right.
When people could sit in their living room and see
and watch it happen,
and people converse about it, and then they'd get together and say, "Hey, did you see that? Oh, I want to do a shower. I want to." Wow, this is how they did it. We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can. You can do it.
You can do
Absolutely.
it. They definitely glorify it.
There is no magic.
When I show pictures to people of our house down to the sticks, ripping out, gutting a whole thing, they're usually in... Yeah. I would describe it as PTSD for me, actually. The first couple times, Jacob was like, look at,
that's
like,
my life.
We're working on, exactly, I know.
Just another day.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, those shows definitely gave people confidence.
I think so too.
False confidence, you mean?
Well,
like people flipping houses kind of, it used to seem like, knew that one guy that was like kind of weird and didn't work or whatever, and he was a house flipper or something, and then it
Are you talking about Luke's dad?
No, I don't know. I guess I knew a few people, but
didn't work. Weird guy didn't work.
Yeah. No, Luke's dad worked. But
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I just met him later in life where he was just working on the.
But then it became
estate.
trendy, and it sounded like everybody knew what that was, and everybody was kind of trying to do it.
Well, everybody's dad was always doing a project at the house that either went or maybe not went well.
Yeah.
But everybody's dad was doing something at
I think they were just trying to stay away from the moms.
Yeah, maybe.
Staying out of the way.
But these shows on TV helped the dad get through his project.
Yeah.
Instead of not being able to ask somebody, or maybe not wanting to.
Yeah.
Guys, we don't even want to ask for directions.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean, how do I tile my shower?
Yeah.
No. It's on TV. You see step by
step.
Go to the lumberyard, buy your whatever.
Well, now YouTube, the sky's the limit, right?
Right.
How many times there's...
You're right. That's even crazier.
YouTube is the next step that you're just like, I can do anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So today we're just going to kind of skim the surface on just how, basically people can start getting into real estate. And then, I hope that it'll be a resident
Why
thing.
did you guys
we're all
get
the time
into real
together.
estate?
Because you told us to. We were like, this guy's never working.
I don't know if I told you to. You could tell that funny story now in this podcast.
Yeah, I love this. Yeah, you're right. I guess, Okay, so let's back up. I think
where
Jacob
were we
was...
in our real estate?
Yeah, we had just bought our second house, and we were keeping our original house. So we had like a small house, and we were about to start a family. I was pregnant, so we were going to buy our second house. And instead of the traditional method of like sell your original house and put the down payment and use that for the down payment, I had it in my head, and I think we had saved up enough for the down payment on our second property, and we were able to maintain our first property and have a tenant in it. But this is a great story. So I think around that time, Jacob had just moved back from Timmins. So we were about to start our family and we were moving in, or we had just had Anna. I think she was like 4 or 5 months when we moved into our second house.
Yeah.
So I had just kind of came on the scene. I feel like you and Risa were together. This is Jake's aunt. We're together. But yeah, we didn't know each other that well. So yeah, I knew like you maybe had like a rental or two, but yeah, so I found this, like, it was a conference, or it was like a seminar workshop. It was from, what's the guy's name?
Robert Kawasaki?
Right, he wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. I actually
you
just
know what? I don't know if
upon
I'm
him.
saying it. I don't think his last name's Kawasaki. Is
No,
it? I'm saying
Kiyosaki?
Kiyosaki. I think everybody out there knows who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
I thought it was Kiyoshi. No, that's the Warriors.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a warrior. He's a real estate warrior.
Yeah. I just watched another video of him like recently. It came across my desk. But anyway, so at the time I was just thinking, you know, that I was gonna start getting rich off real estate. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Overnight, I was gonna get rich off real estate. So I kind of extended the invitation to Pietro and Risa and brought them to this
So I
workshop.
said, yes, I'll go with you to the real estate.
Yeah, for sure. And again, we weren't that close yet at the time.
Right.
So we're sitting in the middle of the workshop, and the guy, the presenter, who's not Robert, it's like,
he
his
was just
offspring of his
following-
brand.
that's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Following his brand.
He was, charging or whatever, doing the workshop part. So he starts asking, how many people own one property, and we were so proud. We're like, oh, we're waiting for two. Like, we're not one, we're two, right? It's like, oh, we have two. And then he's like, how many own three? How many own four? And I start to look over at Pietro and Risa and be like, when are these people that I obviously know nothing about that I invited to the seminar going to raise their hand? It was up to like 10. I think you finally raised your hand, and I was like, jaw dropped on the ground. I'm like, you own 10 properties? Why'd you say yes to come here?
I thought that's why you invited me. You wanted me to come and make sure whatever information you were getting from this guy was legit.
My God. You could have ran the workshop.
You didn't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
You could have been running that workshop.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's how I kind of found out
so
how
the audience,
deep into real estate you are.
So today, so in our business, we call it doors. So it could be
how many doors you have.
It could be an apartment building. It could be a single family home.
Right.
But to just speak the speak.
Right.
How many doors do you have?
Right.
So we have 100 doors at the moment.
Holy.
I know you used the word tycoon. I mean, there's lots of people that are
bigger than
huge,
100 doors.
Yeah, but 100 doors is
that's
pretty,
huge.
Yeah,
100 doors could be like one big building, right?
Yeah. We have like a couple of 17 buildings, single houses.
Right.
I mean, we could talk forever. I started in student rentals for Brock.
Okay.
That's how we started.
Nice.
Done a lot of things in real estate, except
be an agent. Yeah.
I've never been an agent. Never wanted to, actually. But
yeah, I feel like they do a lot of legwork that's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about this before.
I would say an agent is like being a facet. That's one facet in real estate,
Absolutely.
which I think has a crazy amount of facets.
Yeah.
People are saying, well, what do you mean by facets? There's like flipping homes, buying homes, being a landlord and renting them. There's land development. There's private lending and mortgages. There's being an agent. There's wholesaling. There's
commercial
there's
stuff.
So much in real estate. You're never going to cover it all in one podcast.
Yeah, renovating.
Renovation,
exactly.
and being a new home builder versus a renovator is two different animals.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, we want to talk about all those things today. Yeah, so the first thing that I thought we would kind of do for our listeners, because I know lots of people are in their pre-step journey where they're trying to buy their first home and trying to figure that out. Obviously, I'd say it's a hot topic right now because I think it's we're in the middle of a housing crisis where they're saying people can't buy houses, right? For the first time, I think we saw in our generation it go from let's say $10,000 for a down payment to $100,000 for a down payment, just to put it in perspective, right?
For sure.
So I think that jump was like a huge problem for people. So my first question was, what do you think the biggest mistake first-time home buyers make, and how can they avoid it? And maybe you can speak to some of the situations that are happening now.
What is the biggest mistake a first-time home buyer makes? Well, first of all, are we talking about someone who's trying to buy their home for themselves personally, or somebody who's trying to buy one for an investment because they're going to get really rich on it? Because I think it's two different mindsets.
I feel like usually first-time home buyers are trying to buy themselves a place to live.
Okay, fair enough. Biggest mistake. I think that the biggest mistake I kind of see is they come right out of the gate and buy their dream home versus something that they can manage and start with.
Yeah, and we're especially seeing that now with the interest rate bump, right?
Yeah, they'll go to the bank and the bank says, well, you make $5,000 a month and your mortgage can't be more than 40% of your thing, so you can afford a $600,000 house. Doesn't mean you need a $600,000 house. It means you could technically...
That would be at the upper limit, the most extended limit that you have.
Yeah, the bank says... Technically, you can afford this much because they know you're going to make that mortgage payment first before you buy food or the groceries or this and that or your Netflix.
Live like that?
Exactly. I think you come out of the gate overextending. Mm-hmm. And have you ever heard of the house poor? A term, house poor?
Yes, yeah. My mom says it to me all the time.
Right. So you make...
She tells us we're house poor. Yeah. She says we're multiple house poor.
Yeah. They instead of buying something that's reasonable that you could always hold forever or flip later to upgrade, or not flip, keep while you're upgrading. If you don't leave yourself room to still have a little bit extra at the end of the month, even to diversify. You can own your first home and have it be modest and save $300 or $400 at the end of the month because you didn't need to spend it, and invest in a different asset class.
Right.
Diversify a little bit.
Right.
But if you're stuck at zero all the time, great house, that's awesome, but you have no money left in your pocket either.
Yeah, you can't even, feed yourself or pay for all your luxuries.
It's tough, right? And then you're not enjoying life and that's a whole other topic. You got to keep up with the Joneses. Now you've got your car payment and this payment and that payment and...
Yeah.
You feel like life's struggling all the time, right?
Yeah, you're never getting ahead.
So
you're always trying to play catch up.
Another thing I always see is they forget that it costs money to move and set up your cable and set up your internet and all these hidden expenses that you never thought about. Well, you bought a house at $600,000. What about filling it now? You've got furniture, spoons, and plates, and knives, and forks. And they forget about that stuff. The mover.
God forbid you fill it with kids.
Yeah.
They're the most expensive. Forget plates.
They are expensive.
So, I think a bigger...
Setup costs. They forget about setup costs. It costs money.
And I think a bigger problem for people, and maybe you can speak to this, but like I just said, the cost just to buy into any market, to say to someone, keep it under $500,000 is almost difficult now. Mm-hmm. You're not buying a dream house for $600,000.
Well, it depends what your dream is, I guess. Everyone's got a dream.
Yeah.
Well, something I thought was crazy was when we had that big, the prices went up and everybody had the mentality that, we got to get in now, and everybody was putting in bully offers and it got so crazy and everybody was trying to get in, but what I just thought, wouldn't it make more sense just to wait it out a little bit and wait till it goes down? But
right. Well, it's always hard
touchy,
to say. It's a touchy topic as well because everybody needs a house.
Yeah.
Like you said already, there's a housing crisis. Well, why do we have all these crises?
Yeah.
Everything touches each other all the way around.
Right.
There's not enough houses out there for people, and so many different opinions too. Somebody will say, "Oh, you gotta own a house," and I'm like, "Oh, do you really have to own a house? Do you?" This is probably one of the first times in history where I would say I would almost second guess that.
Yep.
You can do just as well
way less,
renting and having a fixed budget monthly.
Yeah.
And knowing what you have and investing. As long as you're dedicated enough and disciplined enough.
Yeah, to savings.
You can't rent and not invest for your future. That would leave you in a bad position.
And that kind of was always our mentality. Our mentality was we're not good at saving, so this is a way that we are guaranteeing ourselves or putting away for retirement.
I do agree that owning a home is a forced savings.
Yeah.
Because you have to pay to live somewhere monthly anyway. You might as well pay yourself.
Yeah.
Mortgage goes down, value goes up over the
Yeah.
years versus paying somebody else rent.
Yeah.
But somebody who pays rent and is disciplined enough to invest $300 to $400 a month faithfully
Absolutely, yeah.
can do just as well.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when I was looking at some of our, like, how much is going to our capital versus how
Right.
much is going to our interest,
Right.
I was like, oh, yeah, like, yes, this tenant is kicking in the $300, $400 for us,
Yep.
but still, that's all we're putting away.
Right.
When you actually look at what the capital is getting paid off on the
Right.
house, we're not
Right.
making that much money. Like,
Right. And
$1,500
there
a month
is,
is going to the bank in
There
interest.
is, you joked about it a little bit a while ago. You said, "Oh, I thought I was going to get rich overnight."
yeah, exactly.
It's not overnight. Real
It takes
estate
40
is time,
years. Yeah.
slow, boring process.
It takes
and-
forever.
But it's also
I don't know
tried,
about
tested, and
boring all the
true.
time.
No, that's true. I guess it depends which facet you're in. But it's not an overnight game. It's
No. It literally
like,
takes forever. Your whole 40 years to pay it off.
well, right?
Yeah.
Never mind investors or landlords, but somebody
Just
who buys a
you,
home,
yeah.
at least they did a forced investment
Yeah.
because they're going to 25-year mortgage. So in 25 years, it'll be paid for. They've
now
done
they're
something.
40 or 45 year
Well,
mortgages.
I know you can get up to 30. Where are you getting 40?
Yeah.
And think about that. That's a whole different
I know.
topic.
I'm not
You know-
saying it's great. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, that's what we got offered.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Wonder
they're
what the
doing
rate
40
was
and
like.
45 now.
No, we're getting off topic.
Oh,
I would love
who
to
cares?
know.
Yeah.
I would love to know.
Yeah, this
for
is
sure.
all on topic.
Yeah, it's always on topic. So,
Yeah.
and another thing is like thinking it's an investment.
Yeah.
It's great that you're building your equity in your home as you own it over the years,
It takes
But-
so long
but it's
to
your
do
home.
that. Yeah.
It's your home, not an investment.
Right.
If you're still sitting in the living room, it's not giving you anything.
Yeah.
You'd actually have to sell it to get the money.
Right.
And then where are you?
And then where are you going to live?
You got lots of
Then
money in
you're
your
back-
hand,
Yeah.
but you're
Now you're back
You're
in the same
homeless.
position. Yeah, you have nowhere
but you
to
have some
live.
money in your hand this time.
Right.
But it's not really. I think it's more of a forced savings than an actual investment.
For sure.
An investment, Robert Kiyosaki, an investment is
Yeah.
something that puts money in your pocket. A house, think about your own home that you live in.
Yeah.
Mortgage payment, taxes,
Insurance.
insurance, every year goes
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Sure,
up and up and up.
yes, the mortgage gets paid down a bit, and yes, the value goes up, but you're also paying every year to have that.
Yeah.
It's not a pure investment.
No.
Your personal home is not a pure investment.
No.
And there's different people to listen. Like Dave Ramsey is a level. Robert, I keep wanting. Are we saying his name wrong? Because I don't want him calling
He's
and
going to
saying
sue us. You think he's going to listen to our podcast?
up there in
No
Canada, they don't know nothing. Like Robert, he's the next level, right?
Yeah.
Dave is like, oh, get out of debt, pay everything off, and then Robert Kiyosaki's going, Dave, we're friends, but he's an idiot. Debt is tax free. We should be leveraging everything. And then you have Grant Cardone. That guy's wild.
Oh, that
Yeah,
guy's
now that guy's
crazy.
that guy's a tycoon.
He's like, I get dropped off in the middle of nowhere with
Right.
$0 in my pocket
Right.
and make $1 million
Right.
in a year.
And yeah, he's got an attitude that comes with it,
Yeah.
but he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He it's just different levels.
He's a mouthpiece. But
He
he's not
definitely,
wrong.
but
Yeah.
he's not wrong.
No, I know.
He's absolutely not wrong.
I can't find
None of
all
them
the-
are
all the
really
wrongs
wrong,
here.
really.
No.
It depends how do you personally feel about what level do you want to be at.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
and yeah, I can even attest to this, like, personally, you know, going back, well, and periodically and going back 20 years, 15 years ago when we started this, I feel like, yeah, it was definitely way more emotional.
Yeah.
Like, now I can be a little more like that and be a little more, edgy like that, a little more
Right.
mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Because you've been through it,
Yeah,
right? You
because you've
came
been
out on the
through
other
it,
side.
right?
You haven't lost a house yet, or even if
That's
you
right,
did,
right.
you know, yeah.
There's a lot of stability in real estate, that I must say.
Yeah.
I mean, oh geez, we didn't even get into my story. But when I was young, I was fortunate enough to hang out with some Eagles. These guys were good, smart. I was surrounded with Keko Gata Holmes. I have my brother Frank. My dad was in the business. He taught us how to use the tools and be hands-on.
Right.
My brother Frank does it. My buddy and partner Chris Tiller, like he's a pretty smart guy. They were all smart guys who would sit around and hash things out and talk, live, eat, sleep, and breathe real estate.
Yeah.
Every day, all day. And when you dedicate that much time to something,
and I think
you're
it's the
gonna do well in it.
communication, right? Of having like a group of people. Like I'm learning this. I haven't really talked a lot about on our podcast, but I'm with a coaching team that's like teaching me how to run a dance studio.
Yeah.
So when you surround yourself with these people that are like running this type of business, all the things that like you don't even think about. Like there's been conversations that come up that I'm like, I never even thought of that.
That's
but
right.
it makes you start thinking about it, right?
So I was the young guy, and I was just hanging out. I was hanging out with all these guys, and they're always talking real estate and hanging out with the people that they're getting the money from and the banks and this and that. And he said to me one day, I think it was Keck, I'm not sure. He said, like, a bank. You can go into a bank and ask, hey, can I borrow $100,000 to buy stocks? They're going to go, no. You can go to a bank and say, hey, can I borrow $100,000 to buy crypto? They're going to go, no.
Because they can't take anything back. There's no guarantee.
Too volatile.
Too volatile.
But what does a bank love?
Real estate.
Mortgages.
Yeah, they love
Can I have
mortgages.
$100,000 to buy Yes,
most
sir.
common product.
Sit down with full.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think I read it was like 80% of lending from banks comes from mortgages.
Mortgages.
Yeah, that's their like favorite product to sell.
Think about it. A mortgage over 25 or Brienne's 40 years.
Yeah, I got my 40-year mortgage.
A bank will give you
I'm
money.
85 when I pay off my house.
And feel comfortable. A bank will give you a mortgage for a house and feel comfortable to have you pay it back slowly over 25 years, no
pay
problem.
It as long as possible. Oh, are you kidding? Within that, you can
interest.
keep remortgaging, keep stretching it out.
Absolutely.
You can make it as your whole
and that's
life.
a whole other podcast on
Yeah.
how the finance of that mortgage works.
Yeah,
that's true. And even
reverse
I
mortgage.
guess the home
Reverse chip
itself.
mortgage.
The
But how
home
long can you
itself
get
is
for a car?
insured, right?
They'll
Oh
give you
yeah,
the money.
nothing.
5 years.
5 tops, because they know it's going to be a piece of garbage after,
Yeah.
and it's double the interest
There's
rate of a
nothing to
mortgage.
take back, and it's 18%.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the bank makes money off mortgages. That's basically the just
their
of their
bread and
whole
butter,
business.
80%.
That's absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's everything. And I learned a long time ago that, geez, if the banks think like this, there must be something to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, as long as you have like the, and like I'm sure you can attest to this, but like, yeah, we've had things burn down and flood and drown and still work the same. Like, it's great.
Because it's insured. Look at that whole
I was
circle
just
the
gonna
bank
say
has.
that.
Yeah.
They're giving you the mortgage on an asset, something they can touch.
Yep.
That we're
It's
insured,
insured.
right?
They can touch it, take it.
Right? If
Yeah.
it burns down, they get their money back first. It's
Yep.
right in the the whole
Insurance.
system is built around real estate,
Right.
and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. It's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
amazing, and everybody needs it. Everybody needs real estate.
Yeah.
You got to live or rent somewhere.
Yeah.
Real estate, real estate, real estate.
I just I was thinking about it, like, people trying to buy their first time. What are some
Right.
things that they should be considering? Things like their credit score, or applying for mortgages, or getting their first house.
Mm-hmm. Was that a question?
If I was a first time home buyer, what are things that I should be considering? I mean, you said spend within your means, but within that, I mean, there's a lot of steps in between. Just the application process, but like how,
Yeah, well, I think how important is a credit score? Well, I think it's important, and it's not at the same time.
Yeah.
You need a credit score because the bank wants to know you're a person who's had some money. Yeah, they want to know a history. They want to know that you've had something and paid a bill.
Right.
And so you get how this works. Okay, we like you so far.
Right.
I don't think the number of your credit score has to be crazy high.
Right.
Or crazy low either. It's probably not good. But
I wonder
what
what
they'll
is
look.
a good credit score?
The average Canadian credit score is 761.
Whoa, ours is
out of 900,
I think ours is
believe.
almost 900. Wait,
Really?
I think it's out of 900. Isn't it 900?
I think ours, last I checked, ours was like 880.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. There's different.
got such
there's
a good
different
credit score.
There's
Wow.
different platforms that.
I've never not paid a bill on time.
That's
and
probably
my
why
credit
you have
card
a-
is $50,000, and I've
What is
zero
important though is
balance.
to not have any delinquencies,
Right.
like multiple missed payments. Then they're worried you don't care to pay. Right. Like if they see,
I heard the
you got problems paying
worst
bills.
bill to not pay is your cell phone.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You've never paid a bill. How would you know? Or not paid a bill? How would you know that?
I would not know. I've never not paid a bill. I've paid every single bill I've ever been given.
I
on
forget to
time.
pay my cell phone all the time, but then I just pay it on the next month.
Great. When you apply for a mortgage, do they divide the spousal's credit scores by 2?
No,
Do they put our 2 credit
they
scores
actually do the
together?
opposite. They combine you two. Yeah.
Great. If you drag me
Especially if
down,
it's-
buddy, I'm gonna be so
especially
mad. Drake's gonna drag me down for our
Especially
next
a
property.
matrimonial home. Like
We haven't done any. We haven't bought or sold anything since before COVID.
That's great.
I'm too afraid.
Don't sell. Keep forever.
Well,
I have a niece and nephew I worry about. Please don't
Who?
sell
Yeah.
anything.
oh yeah,
Phoenix and Annabelle.
yeah. They need
The
houses.
next
right?
generation. They need
Yeah,
houses to live
I
in.
know. You think who are you gonna put downtown Niagara Falls? Phoenix or Annabelle?
I think Annabelle's tougher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell her that. She'll be really mad because she wants St. Paul. Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna have a tenant in the basement, and they're gonna pay my mortgage
Oh,
payment.
that's
I'm like,
fantastic.
you're a genius.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Does she actually speak like that?
Yeah.
Think of the literature that just came out of that young girl's mouth.
I know.
You see how
She already knows she can
exactly.
get. She can get somebody
That's what I was
else to pay
saying.
her
I
bills.
was lucky enough to hang around people.
Yeah.
And now your children are hearing you.
Yeah.
You don't think they listen. They listen to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when
they
you're
do.
in a group setting
Oh, we
and
know.
speaking about real estate and how things work and this and that, they get it.
Yeah.
They get it. Like
Yeah.
I would suggest, and I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but the housing market is so tough right now for young people that I wouldn't consider buying a single family home. I would encourage anybody to at least start with a duplex,
Yeah.
where at least you have an income earning asset now. You're living there, but there's another unit that is paying you every month, not
Yeah.
you just paying out, somebody paying you, even if it's a duplex.
Yeah.
Somebody in the basement offsetting your mortgage costs, the insurance, taxes at this, like something, right?
Yeah.
Or else the burden's all on you, and it's expensive now. Why wouldn't you want some help? And they'll say, "Well, I don't want anybody living downstairs." I get it.
Get
Well,
over it.
then you take the whole burden. Then,
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't suggest that. To
I guess
my...
this is a good time to tell the story about how I got started in Airbnb.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't
we
know
go.
what story you're about to tell, but Risa just told it again about the first time you ever invited me over.
This is it. This is
Oh,
the story.
please, go ahead.
This is the story. Okay. So again, this was Jacob was living. So just so our listeners, because we haven't explained really, I mean, our path to our family, anyways. Jacob was living in Timmins when I got pregnant with Annabelle. I had bought my very first house downtown Niagara Falls. And yeah, it was all on me. And I think I was also starting to think about, I was just starting, the studio was a couple of years old. I had my dance studio for 3 or 4 years and I had Annabelle. And yeah, technically I was on my own. I mean, the plan was for you to come down and move back here. But that hadn't happened yet. So in my mind, our very good friend who we've had on our podcast, Jeff Emmett, came over. And he had we explained this when he was on, but he's nomadic, so he does a lot of traveling.
Oh, Jeff, yeah.
yeah.
You had him on this podcast.
We did,
Yeah.
yeah. He's the crypto guy.
I like talking to him at your parties. He's a nice
great.
fella.
Yeah. So anyways,
guy.
Jeff was down visiting me. I was maybe 5 or 6 months pregnant. And he said, "Oh, I've started to use this platform. It's called Airbnb." And yeah, it's basically, I mean, us growing up in our 20s, and I was traveling a lot in Asia. I was using couch surfing. So couch surfing was like a website based platform where you could basically say to someone, "I'm coming to this area. Can I sleep on your couch?" Yes, exactly.
Oh, man.
So us coming off of couchsurfing.com and Jeff being like, "Oh my gosh, it was like, probably when apps started to come out. It was
Yeah,
like,
sure.
first app type of thing." And he was like, "Yeah, it's this really like awesome platform and program, and you can have guests come stay at your house, and you post pictures and whatever." So I was like, "Wow, this sounds like a great idea to me." So I had put in, I think we put names on the door. So I had, it was a 3-bedroom house. I had both of the bedrooms And I had 4 air mattresses on the concrete basement floor. It was like a 4-foot basement. I hung up shower curtains between the different air mattresses. I mean, if you were lucky, the air mattresses were blown up, but like sometimes they deflated. Sometimes you would rent an air mattress and you would have someone you didn't know as your guest.
Oh my god!
So yeah, I was literally running it. I mean,
Well,
it was similar to like a hostel, and like we've done hostels before.
Well, you were familiar with that.
it was transparent. Like you had pictures of exactly what you got.
Exactly.
It was like $20 a
It was
night
like,
or something.
here's your bed right beside the furnace. It's on concrete floor. Oh,
remember you
it looks
saying
a
one
little
was beside
deflated.
the sump pump.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sump pump, furnace, 4 air mattresses.
That's so funny.
Just shower curtains like strung between, right?
But you didn't mislead them.
Nope.
You had a picture. This is what you get for $20.
Yep.
Yeah.
$20, yeah.
Travelers want to say, they just want to lay down. They're probably walking Niagara Falls the rest of the day. They just want to sleep and...
Yeah.
Did they shower, or is that what sump pump was for?
No. There was a thing. Did we put in a basement bathroom too for them?
In the end, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I mean, it's crazy, but that's how I paid my mortgage for the first like 6 months until Jake moved down.
I know we
with
laugh.
me.
I think that's absolutely brilliant.
Right?
You were familiar with the concept.
Yeah.
And it just alludes back to what I was just saying.
Yeah.
You found a way for your home to pay you.
Yeah. Run what you brung.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Use your skills and like don't think that you're, like you said, keeping up with the Joneses, but I think it's like a whole expectation of yourself, you know, like you think you're better than, you know, you're above something, right? Like you're too good to do something like that. You have these expectations of yourself and how you're going to make money. And I think that's like, I'm seeing our generation really getting themselves into trouble because that's how they end up with tons of debt, with credit cards, or their credit cards are racked up because they're too above themselves to, you know, wear the same clothes that they've been wearing for 10 years, not reno their kitchen, not buy new furniture, not, you know, that all goes in the same realm of like, I'm too good for that.
Right.
So I think, starting with those very, very, very humble roots, fast forward a decade and now, we run
humble, but yet you found
resourceful,
blissfully, you found resourceful, yes. But you were actually familiar with that.
Yeah.
You used it in another part of the world.
Yeah.
So all you did was say, well, if I did it, somebody else, I live in Niagara Falls, who wouldn't want to?
Yeah.
But you found a way to turn your home into an investment. Now that becomes an investment. Yeah. Because it paid you.
Yeah. And
you
I was
weren't
making
just
my
shelling
face
out the
off.
bills.
Like,
it wasn't just a savings.
It started as like, I can't pay the mortgage, and then it ended up as like, I think I could quit my job.
Yeah.
Just running this basement air mattress business,
well,
you know?
eventually eventually the mortgage gets paid down and the value goes up and you're left with a lot of equity.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think it really taught me how to have tenants too. Like it was that early, and like I was living with them. You know, they were sleeping in my house. So yeah, that was the first time I met you. I invited you over for Annabelle's birthday party. Was that before or after
inviting me to a seminar of Robert? How do we say his name?
Kiyosaki.
Let's just call him Robert
Kiyosaki.
Kiyosaki. It is Kiyosaki.
It is Kiyosaki.
Okay, he's not coming to sue us now for saying
his name wrong all night long.
Because I do respect. I did read that book, by the way, when I was 18, 19.
Yeah,
so I did read it.
A genius.
I did read it.
Yeah, I just listened to his podcast.
That's another thing. I mean, there's so many different opinions and information out there, different levels of guys. Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. There's something good to take from each one of them.
And I think you have to make it relevant to yourself, right? Maybe you're listening to someone and you're thinking, like, I think people get stuck at the fact that they're like, you know, everyone's at different levels, right? Like I'm working at Tim Hortons and I only get minimum wage and there's no way I'm ever going to buy a house. So like, I want to get into some of those, you know, crafty ways, right? That you can start to like generate and get involved in real estate. Cause I really felt like that was my humble beginning.
When you start to really not just half-heartedly, womanly say, well, one day I want to buy a house. No, when you start to think about something every day and talk to people around you, there's tons of ways to get things done.
Absolutely.
Like once Chris was better at this than I am, but we bought a 17-unit building once with $50,000 down.
Wow.
The building was like, and now still going back years, but I think it was $950,000 for the. Now this is back 15, 20 years ago, so that was a lot of money.
You still own that building?
Yep.
Nice.
Never selling. What are you, crazy? That's another podcast. I'll tell you how. I mean, I'm going off topic now.
Who
Sorry.
cares?
But we started here,
Yeah.
like you did.
Yeah.
But then 30 years later, after things are like, it's a totally different world now. They're all paid for, and the values are way up.
Right.
And people say, "Wow, it must be great to have them paid for," and we're like, we don't pay for them. Are you crazy? As soon as we can,
pull it out
we
and
pull
then
the money out.
Leverage. Yeah,
right?
leverage something else.
As we started to get on in years, so now for the last 5 years, we've started a whole new division in the company, and we lend private mortgages.
Right.
So the people who want a mortgage come to us for mortgages.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
just another facet of
real estate. And
real
you're not
estate.
taking care of the building.
Well, we still own the building.
No, I mean, like, you're making cash flow not on another building to take care of.
Yeah,
I know. You still have to take care of them.
Right? Like, what? It might be a little much for this podcast or whatever, like, because they're so intricate, these things. But when you first bought your rental and your mortgage was high and people were renting it and you took that payment every month for the next 10 years and they paid that person who rented it technically paid your mortgage down for you.
For sure.
You own the house.
Yeah.
This tenant paid the home down for 10 years.
Right.
So all of a sudden, there's a ton of equity now in this rental. Right. So we would remortgage the rental back up to only where the rent now would still cover the new mortgage.
Right.
So that starts the process all over again.
Yeah.
So that house went from year 0 to year 15 back to year 0, but somebody else is paying it back down now still.
Yeah.
But you've just taken that big chunk of money out.
Right.
Tax free, by the way. Because debt is tax free.
Never
thought of that. Another podcast. If you make 150 grand in your job,
right,
you pay taxes.
Yeah.
If I pull $150,000 out of one of my rentals, it's tax free.
Come on.
Debts is tax free. It's a debt. It's a mortgage to the bank. They make their own money.
Yeah.
They're not worried about.
Yeah. Why would you pay tax on money?
It's a mortgage.
On money you owe.
Right. So now I've taken the money over here and I lend it out to a private mortgage over here.
Well, it's not taxable, but it's interestable.
I write off the interest. So do you. You're a landlord.
Yeah, that's true.
Debt is tax free.
Huh. I gotta get me some more debt.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do.
Not credit card debt though.
No. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the term before. Good debt, bad debt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leveraging your real estate is a good debt.
Yeah. So.
And the bank would love to help you.
No, the bank does not want to help us.
Yes, they do.
Well.
You keep wanting to buy single family homes. That's why.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know, there's a difference between buying.
I feel like we're trying to get to like the.
When you buy a single family home, the bank looks at you and says, "Oh, you make this much.
Yeah.
How are you going to pay this?"
Right.
But if you walked into the same bank with an offer on a 17-unit building, they don't care what your job is. It's the rents that pay the mortgage.
You've told me this a million times.
A million
and here
times.
we are 6 years later.
Well, it's okay. At least you're listening.
Yeah. I am listening.
Right? The bank uses it's a commercial asset now.
Right.
It's an apartment building, so the rents pay the mortgage. They're not worried about if you going to work next week to pay the rents pay it.
Right.
They don't
Someone
they
else
don't
is
care
gonna pay
about your
for it.
job. That's right. Right?
I need to do that more.
Yeah. Sure. Another podcast.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard when you look back and you're like, what have we done for the last 10 years? But yeah, definitely COVID, I feel like it was like so scary for us.
You guys are doing fantastic. We talk about
thanks.
you guys all the time. Do you realize how fantastic you're doing? Maybe you don't want these people to know how fantastic you're doing.
No, we can tell them, but yeah, we talk.
I mean, you
about
own like 2 single family rentals.
Yeah.
You own this property that's your, I don't know.
Commercial,
It feels like it's
Our home and our
9,000
business,
square
yeah.
feet. It never ends, this thing.
Yeah, I think it's 8,000. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you live in it.
Yep.
And it's your dance studio, commercial property off to the side.
Yeah.
It pays you That's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we've definitely...
And you've owned them for at least, what, 8 to 10 years now?
And I have no one sleeping on the floor doing Airbnb.
And you still could do that.
There
is room in this 8,000 square feet.
We still Airbnb it sometimes.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, fast forward 10 years.
And why wouldn't you? You're comfortable.
Yeah.
You took the time to understand it, learn it, and do it.
Yeah, and I don't
I get that a lot from people.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too risky. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I never
there's
rent
not much
to
in
people
life that's not risky, but
I don't rent from a place of fear.
I think the reason I brought it up was you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
Education mitigates risk.
For sure.
When you understand something, you mitigate your own risk.
Yeah, especially when it comes to money.
Yeah, absolutely.
People, I think, are really uneducated, and I'm actually learning that on the business side of my dance studio now, like focusing on financing and really understanding like the finances of a business. I don't think I've ever really done that. Definitely haven't done it in my business, but and even in the real estate world, I think once you understand numbers better, the more you learn and you see it in play, you're like, okay, the numbers make sense. It's not risky.
I know you understand it because I listened to you speak to each other, and you said, I want to rip off that roof, and I want to put on a second story, and it's going to be another studio, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be this much a month, and I'm going, oh,
so proud.
Oh my goodness!
Look at these crazy idiots.
Little head. She's got all her numbers. She thought about the whole circle. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not.
Yeah. I know. I've been crunching numbers like crazy.
You had the plan. You told me what you were going to do, how you were going to do it, what it's going to be at the end of the month.
Yeah.
You know how many people don't do that?
Well, if you don't have the baby steps to do it.
Well, that's our big decision right now. Either build, sell, or rent.
Buy, flip, sell.
Build, buy, or rent.
And at the end of the day, what will make you choose one of those options?
I don't know.
Numbers. I agree.
100%.
Every
numbers.
You said, we like this scenario equals this. Yeah. This scenario equals this. And I'm sure some of those scenarios, there's a little bit of personal in there too. Like, we might make not make as much here, but
we have to think about our lifestyle.
Yeah, your lifestyle too. Sure, that counts. Yeah,
especially as you get older in your years, and it's crazy. I think, I have like talked to so many people our age that are like obsessed with this idea of this big house, and it's crazy. I talk to you guys all the time, so you guys are in that place in your life where you're like, no, downsize, small house that I never have to go to.
Right.
You know, I can just travel as much as I want and just come home. You know,
and again, that is personal lifestyle. But when I worked at Gatto Homes, which I don't know, I put in like 30 years there. Yeah. We were down in Old Town Niagara Lake. First of all, it's not an inexpensive place to be.
No.
So most of our clients were 60, 65, getting ready to retire, were retired. Yeah. They had all their funds. Yeah. They didn't care what was happening in the market.
They had money to like build.
We're done. We're retired. We're coming down to Niagara Lake.
Yeah.
I would say 8 out of 10 were downsizing.
Yeah.
All of them.
For
selling
sure.
their 3,000, 3,500 square foot monster in Oakville, coming down to a 1,500 square foot, nice, brand new. Right. Yeah. You don't want that at the end. Yeah. It's just too much house. Yeah. Headache. Your funds are tied up doing, if it's not a rental or a duplex, all your funds are tied up in this monster doing what?
Yeah.
Right?
So much property tax.
Yeah. You got to pay tax. Like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're now, and I like I said, I'm really understanding now. Just I think like real estate numbers I have learned over the last 10 years, but definitely like the business portion, it's so crazy. I mean, obviously, you know, we drive around, we're like, oh, some guy owns McDonald's, some guy, like, you understand business, but yeah, it's crazy now to like crunch numbers on businesses, and it's unbelievable what the potential is. So now, again, it's still part of real estate because it's just what's the interactions that are going on in that building.
When you start to look, you realize how integral real estate is to our whole society. Yeah. Like you said, you drive by McDonald's and you say, well, that guy owns a business. I wonder
how much that guy's making, yeah.
But you ever watch the McDonald's movie, The Start of McDonald's?
No, I haven't.
It's a famous line in that movie.
But I could just call Jackie.
McDonald's is a franchise that sells hamburgers, but they'll tell you that's not their business.
No, they're selling the experience.
No, their business is real estate.
Oh.
they have a McDonald's, but their McDonald's is in the middle of New York on one of the most right? And the franchisees paying their property off for them. Right. At the end of the day, if that McDonald's closes, they don't care. They have a $3 million piece of property in the middle of New York City. They own everything.
And they can afford to charge that tenant that amount of money.
Correct.
Because they're making
the tenant's
a fortune.
Pumping out hamburgers in the middle of New York City.
Right.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
Right.
But the McDonald's is real estate. They have a McDonald's in some of the best real estate all over the world. Right. It's real estate.
Yeah, I don't think I really realized the potential. Like you were saying, yeah, we own a dance studio, but up until now, I mean, the dance studio wasn't... it was the interactions or the money that was like filtering into the dance studio was so minimal. Now that I've hired a team and a secretary and all my teachers, now I can really see the potential because now I've exponentially, instead of 40 hours a week, now I got 40 times 8.
Right.
Potentially.
So technically your business is creating an income. The income is paying this mortgage down. So actually somebody else is paying your mortgage down.
Especially now that I'm not working.
There you go.
I'm no longer teaching. I'm just, hiring.
That.
Yeah, I'm just hiring out people.
Working. Shh, you don't want to tell people that. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I work like crazy. I work like crazy now because I'm in the process of training.
Right.
Now instead of doing the groundwork.
Entrepreneurs are always working. They 100%. Never stop working.
I know. They can't stop working their brains.
Because they know what they're doing. Yeah. Your brain will keep going forever. If you see an opportunity, you're gonna get it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, yeah, and I think we've all like gotten to a place now where, I mean, we're all on different levels, but I think we all get to a place where you're like, you know what, I used to do that. I used to break my back. I used to paint. I used to whatever. And you're like, no, we're done. We're done with that. Like, I don't do drywall anymore. I don't do whatever, Yeah. So you do get to a point where you can contract out, and that's when you really see growth because you're like, I could flip this house in 6 weeks.
Your mindset, your mind is making you more money thinking about the next step. You don't need 100%. You don't need to grab that trowel anymore or that paintbrush. Paint a guy a nice while you're ahead of the system, making more here. Absolutely,
exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you've already made some money. So at the start, you probably got to pick up that
sweat
trowel.
Equity. You ever hear the term sweat equity?
Totally,
you sweated, Jacob.
Yeah.
You were the sweater.
Yeah.
Like it happens.
We were all sweaters.
Yeah, like even your dad. And you learn from your dad. I learned from my dad. I know you learned from your dad.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta give some props to Uncle Frank. Frankie Ackerman. Uncle Frank. He was hands-on and you watched him.
Yeah.
He probably taught you a ton.
Yeah, like every facet of owning a home and a car, like, my dad knew about that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Pretty much, yeah. Everything I would attribute to that.
He's probably flipping a house right now.
Yeah. Or fixing one. I don't know. He's always fixing
He's still doing sweat equity. He loves it.
But he does love it. Yeah. And he's good at it.
Yeah.
He really is. But he taught you that. You know, like, that's awesome. He taught you a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a real skill. And my father taught us too. We had 9 children in our family.
Yeah.
8 boys and 1 girl.
Crazy.
And my dad was in construction his whole life. And he would, if he was busy.
Because he had to keep putting rooms in the house.
Yeah. I slept with my brother till I was 14. Don't tell me that. Yeah. And he had the coldest feet ever. It was brutal.
Which brother?
Enzo.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It was Enzo.
Huh.
But like, my dad taught us young too. Taught us how to work, taught us the tools. It was a good way to start because if you can't, any business, right? If you can't do it, how are you supposed to tell somebody else how to do it, right? It's impossible.
I think for the last 15 years, maybe I was just figuring out how to do it. Now I'm starting to tell people how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But even telling people how to do it is like a whole different set of skills.
Yeah. Managerial. Right?
Consulting. Yeah, we always heard this like over the last 10 years. Me and Jacob were like, how is everyone consultants? Like, what are they consulting on? But now I get it.
And that's a whole set. That's a whole different set of skills to deal with people. Because there's like, my kids will tell you, I drill into their head. It's not what you ask. It's how you ask it. Is how you get the results you want. It's not what you ask. It's how you ask. That's what gets you.
Are you trying to tell them how to manipulate you?
Not manipulation, but I mean, when you have people that are working with you, you want them to be part of the team.
Yes.
You want them, they 100%. Are important because you do need them.
Yeah.
You need those people.
Yeah. And
right?
you have to tell them that. You have to explain that to them. Yeah.
Yes. It's not, hey, you do this. Say, listen, Mikey, I really need this, and I'll tell you why I need this.
Right.
I need you to do this so then we can all blah, 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 and it helps all of us, and then we'll move to the next step. And now Mikey feels important.
Yeah, he's motivated.
And he is important.
He is
because
important.
you need him.
100%. Yeah, I spend most of my time just kissing the butts of my teachers because I'm just and I'm blown away by them, right? I'm able to kind of like take a step back and appreciate their youth and their talent and their sweat equity.
So they're sweat equitying right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Right?
And I appreciate
But one day
it.
they may learn from this and start their own business.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might.
It's funny, that's a very touchy subject for dance studios.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, kind of like tow trucks in Toronto. These guys are shooting each other. I don't understand.
What?
No, yeah.
No,
Sorry,
we live
we're
under
going
a
way
rock.
way off topic. But the
That's
tow
all
truck
good.
business is like cutthroat in the Toronto area.
Really?
Yeah, you're like on my turf picking up a car, bang, 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 bang. They're shooting. It's on the news all the time.
Oh man.
What?
Are you Gen X? What generation are you? You guys don't even have TV.
No.
You stream everything.
I don't know.
I'm like, hey, give me the remote. It's 4:00. Get the Buffalo News on. Then I go to Toronto News, and then I go to CHE's. Right?
No, we don't do that.
Put my old man slippers on.
I try to avoid the news completely, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just avoid it.
You're probably happier if you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Except you wouldn't see all the politicians saying, we're in a housing crisis and we got a plan to build 2 million houses or whatever.
That's
I
what
don't know.
they're
The number
saying?
changes it all. Yeah, and
Oh my god.
and I sit
You're
there
like,
and go,
no one's building you houses,
who's
buddy.
building 2 million?
No
are you
one's
putting a
building
pouch on? Are
houses.
you putting the tool belt on? But
Yeah.
like, who's building 2 million?
No one's building houses
Because it's not
right
the
now.
builders.
No. They're all on vacation in Tahiti right now.
Yeah.
They're like, call us when you guys have a better deal for us.
I'm not here to.
I don't know if they're on
I'm not here to
vacation.
get political, but at least they realize that we don't have enough houses for the amount of people that live here. Well, that's a step, anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, done.
what else you got?
Big page.
Oh, did we get off?
we,
did we get
we're
off
still
question
on the
one
first
yet?
page, I think.
No, but we kind of talked about this.
Oh,
We
yeah?
the next
what was
one
question
the next question
two?
I had was
With
limited
rising
capital.
home, with
No, we already did that. I'm down here. How do you? Yeah, and I actually really love this question because
We talked about getting the down payment from
you want to talk about that?
Next time.
No.
No, I actually really am interested in this because I think,
Where are you?
like I said, I think we're at a time right now where it is very difficult. It's becoming exceedingly difficult for people to buy houses. So yeah, we can just touch on like some maybe creative financing ideas. You were totally, walking us through the first couple of properties that we did buy. So yeah, if somebody doesn't have the funds, doesn't have the down payment, what are some ways that they can get involved in real estate?
Well, I guess that also depends on how much they want to get involved in it. Like, are they trying to be hands-on? Do they just want to invest in real estate because it's somewhat steady and safe? Like,
Yeah.
there's things out there called REITs, which is like not like a stock, but it's a group of real estate investors. So even if you had $1,000, you could give your $1,000 to a REIT, and the REIT is a combination or a collaboration of many people,
Oh, okay.
right? So there's a guy who runs the REIT fund. It's a fund,
Okay.
and you give your money to that
It's
fund.
like an investment group?
You're like an investment group, and they
Okay.
buy apartment buildings and this and that, and your money is part of that. So you don't need to
Yeah.
buy the whole building.
Okay.
You're with a group who invests in real estate,
Huh.
right?
You're
So
talking
it's
to those people in Quebec. They were
Yeah.
in one of those.
And you'll say,
Oh,
well, why would
yeah,
you do
that
that?
pool, that's
Because why would you do that? You do that because it's still real estate. It's not a stock. It's not crypto.
And I'm sure they send out an email and telling you what you're buying.
It's a whole package.
Yeah,
It's not
okay,
like these
okay.
are like
You know what you're buying
credited,
into.
government regulated funds.
Okay.
And real estate's still real estate. It's not crypto that's very volatile.
Right.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with crypto.
No.
I'm just saying it's not as boring and as real estate's
And
sort of common.
uncertain.
It's very uncertain.
It's uncertain.
Stocks,
yeah, we don't know what it's going to look like.
You go to bed one night
Yeah.
and you wake up the next morning and your stock's worth
business went
half.
out of-
And
yeah.
you go, what happened?
Yeah, what
well, I
happened
don't
to
know.
business?
Something happened in
Yeah.
China in the soya field while you were sleeping.
Now that product
and
is no longer needed.
You're worth
Yeah.
half of what you did before you went to bed. Like,
Yeah,
but
it's
real
too
est-
unpredictable to
but
me.
real estate is a building. You know,
Yeah.
it's an asset. You can
Yeah.
touch it, feel it. It's there.
And like you said, even the worst case scenario burns down or floods, and
There's
like
insurance.
there's insurance to pay it back.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So a REIT is something they could invest in. I touched a little bit on private mortgages.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. Like, you don't have to be a gazillionaire to lend out money to private mortgages. There's like a company called that we use is CMI. They're across all of Canada.
Okay.
And they are bonded by the government.
Mm-hmm.
So if you needed $500,000 for a project, they vet the project. It's real estate. I mean, we can get into that. There's loan to values that have to be,
Yeah.
you never want to lend if the property's worth 500,000, they would never lend more than 70% loan to value. It's called.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody comes to them. They vet and they say, yeah, okay, you can have a mortgage for 1 year at 9%.
Right.
And they just turn around and collectively get the money from these people.
Right.
1,000 from you, 10,000 from that guy, 20,000 from that guy.
That's just private lending.
It's private lending.
Yeah.
And the returns are fantastic. And you get cash flow.
Yeah.
You get
we
you
had
know
to
how
do
you
one
pay your
private
mortgage. You know how
mortgage,
you
and
pay your mortgage every 30 days. You pay the bank.
Yeah.
They pay you every 30 days. You are the mortgage.
Right.
You are the bank.
Yeah, we've had a private mortgage one time. We got caught like in the middle of COVID when we were buying St. Paul, and they forced us because the bank pulled out. Our lender pulled out. We had to go to a private lender.
There's lots of reasons why private lending exists.
Yeah.
Lots.
I guess it's easier to qualify. If you don't qualify for a bank loan, then maybe you could go to a private lender.
Well, there's more than one reason. Like, the banks themselves have become so strict with all their rules.
Right.
They're making it tough.
Yeah.
For instance,
Well, I don't think they want your house. Like, they don't want mass
they don't want
exodus.
the house
No.
back. No, but
they don't want the
for
house
you to
back.
start, they're like, you got to qualify 5 times whatever debt
Okay.
ratio. They were making it very difficult for a young couple. Private lenders, I mean, they get credit scores. They want to make sure you're a good person, but they're really more interested in the asset. They're an asset-based lending tool.
Being the house.
Being the actual piece of real estate. That's
Right.
what their money's secured against.
Yeah, and I think they're like more interested in the market, so they're able to kind of like look at, they do market comparisons.
Right.
Like if you're lending out your own money because you're a private lender, I think you have a lot more like skin in the game and a lot more education.
Right.
Where the bank's just like, okay, these are our numbers, that's it. If you don't fit in these numbers,
if you
we're
don't
not going to
fit in
risk
this,
it because we don't want your house.
like,
Whereas a private lender, wouldn't you want a house? Wouldn't you want someone to default and take the house? I don't want that.
Yeah.
I know I'd make more money than if they pay me back if I could take that piece of real
We've been
estate.
in the business for a long time. Defaults in Canada are far and few between.
Yeah?
Because of our system. Where in America they got caught with their pants down, but in America they would lend 100% if the house was.
This
if
is
you were
like the
buying
2008?
Yeah, they still do it. I'm not sure if
yeah?
they've learned their lessons.
Come on.
If you bought a house in America
you're
for
operating in the States.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they'll offer you 100% financing one way or another, and you'll pay fees. But if you're buying something for 100,000, they will lend you 100,000.
So crazy.
If something goes offside, where's the buffer?
Yeah.
Like, somebody's out, right?
Does your lending for your American properties come from the States?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
Yes, it does. And the funny thing is, because it was because I was Canadian, they made me put 30% down, and I was like, yeah, but they're
You don't make the Americans do that.
That's right. But he looked at me across the table and said, you gotta put 30% down, and I was like, I do that anyways. We're Canadian.
I was used to it.
That's what we do. We put 20% down all the time. You want an extra 10? Okay, buddy. No problem.
Right.
Thank you. Right? So here, our whole system's no more than, a bank won't give you more than 75%. So if you bought a $400,000 house, the bank's only going to give you a $300,000 mortgage.
Right.
That $100's yours.
Right. Yeah.
So you got 100 in the skin in the game.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot for you to walk away from that.
Yeah, I was just watching a
Even if
video
you-
and they were basically
And
trying to
things
like
happen. Mom died. Estate sales. Son doesn't have a job.
people losing their jobs.
Right?
Like, that's happening.
That happens.
Huge.
So what happens?
Yeah.
The house goes for sale.
Right.
And it sells. And the bank gets their 300.
Right.
And he gets whatever's left.
Yeah.
Because the buffer's there.
Right. Yeah. And houses are selling, like
Yeah.
real estate's selling here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Real
yeah,
estate
yeah.
selling.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. So
yeah, I was just
it's
watching a
good
video
system
and they were
Canada
saying
has.
that they were basically just trying to give people like options. They're like, don't give your keys back. Are you crazy? Like, there's so many other things to do. And a lot of
Absolutely.
times you can go to the bank right now. Like right now people are doing it and remortgaging.
Yeah.
You just go pull the equity back out.
Sure.
Yeah, I also was thinking about this, and I agree with you. This has been the first time, and I know we're so much, we've only been in it for such a short amount of time, but this has definitely been the first time since we bought our first house where I wasn't so passionate with people saying to them like, oh my gosh, you have to get into real estate. This has been the first time I actually said to people looking at their finances, and my consultant opinion was, I think you should rent.
Yeah.
I don't think you could buy right now. I don't
Yeah.
think it would be worth it for
Right.
the amount of leveraging or the amount of like borrowing interest that you're going to pay.
Right.
I don't think it's worth it for you.
Yeah. And that's smart. That's just reality.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not a good saver and stuff, like, why would you want to bury yourself into a home when you're
Right.
like,
And the numbers are just not working with
Get
people's
your-
salary and what the cost
Yeah.
prices are. So that was my other recommendation over the last couple of years, watching the prices rise. I think we had kind of this organic relationship with our friends in Timmins, my brother living in Timmins and my best friend in Timmins, and just seeing like other markets and being like,
would
you know what,
own
that's
real estate in Timmins?
yeah. Well, I think it's
Nor what was it actually called?
Used to.
Monty.
Monty.
Monteith, right beside the jail.
Yeah, babe. Yeah, but it was a church, wasn't it? That was
Yeah.
such a cool building.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is so
That was a
cool.
very
It's
cool
still
building.
amazing. Yeah.
Right? Doesn't your brother has it
Yeah,
still? Doesn't
yeah, my little brother lives there. So yeah, I think that also has been my recommendation a few times, is saying to people like, if you can't buy in this market, maybe you can buy in a different market and save up
Absolutely.
money.
I
That's
was
a
gonna say
fantastic-
that too. Like you listen to stories from back in the day, like people did that all the time. Like, oh, there's no more work here anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, there's gold and wherever,
Yeah.
and they would just
We're going to
up
Elliott
and
Lake.
take the family and up
leave,
they
yeah.
went
And up,
Yeah.
and go where the work was. Where now you have opportunities in these different places, but I think people are less willing to actually, pack up and
Yeah.
go.
Oh, I'm not gonna live there.
The city should support me because
Yeah.
I'm here. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about how skewed that is,
Yeah.
right? I deserve life.
Indictment? No, not indictment.
Entitlement?
Entitlement. I always
Yeah.
get indictment and
Nah,
entitlement.
it's a Trump term, I think.
It is?
He gets indicted all the time, that guy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love watching that.
I'm getting indicted.
I may recently get CNN for the next 4 years. I just want to see what that guy says every day.
He's so wild. Does he do an announcement every day?
Oh, I don't know.
He's just got
It's
constant,
hard. He's hard to
constant
follow.
pictures.
He's
Yeah.
hard to follow, that's for sure.
So yeah, I think that was like a good, a good solution for people. Maybe if they can't get into it, like look for other markets. It's so crazy.
That was
Everyone's
no
just
different than our previous when we started. You said, well, how else can you invest in real estate if you don't have a lot of capital?
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah.
You can still get into real estate.
Yeah.
You don't have to own your own home and be in real estate.
Yeah.
You can be in real estate many ways.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
you
sure.
could still be making money off of it.
Oh, there's all kinds of
into
things.
the
There's
investments.
wholesaling. There's just all kinds of facets. And back to the bank being so strict. Like, I have tenants that have paid me $2,000 a month to rent. Probably for
30
5
years.
or let's say for the last 5 anyways.
Yeah.
They have a nice house from us. They're
Yeah.
paying me
Right.
$2,000 a month.
Yeah.
But they can go to the bank and the bank won't give them a mortgage of $2,000 a month.
Right.
$2,000 a month carries like $400,000 worth of mortgage.
Right.
Yeah.
But they won't get it from the bank. But they can pay me $2,000 every month.
Yeah.
How
they
does
have
that
enough
make
for a
sense?
mortgage payment. They
How
just
does that
don't
make
have
sense?
Yeah, that's so not good
they,
for people.
They have a proven track record of paying $2,000 a month.
Yeah, they
for the
could
last
literally
5
show you
years,
their bank accounts.
in and out every month.
Yeah.
But the bank won't give them a $400,000 mortgage, which is $2,000 a month.
Well, it's that down payment, right?
Down payment. I think that's changing. I think that It used to be that if you wanted to buy a home, you saved up your down payment and you bought your home, and
I bought my first house with $3,000. That was my down payment.
And your they still have first-time buyer programs. We didn't speak about that, but 20% is standard. But I think a first-time buyer can still get like a 5 or 10% program.
Yeah, but you're dealing with 10% of 400 to 500,000.
Yeah, there used to be 5. I remember when houses
There's no more 5. They got rid of 5.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
And people may or may not agree with me, but I just think times have changed. It was normal for your parents to grow, do what they did, and when they were 80 and they died, you got all their funds, whatever was left.
Yeah.
Your inheritance.
Yeah.
But when they're 80, you're 50 or 60.
Right.
You're basically done.
Yeah. If you haven't figured it out by 50 or 60.
I really feel that parents should help with down payments now. Not should. If they can, it'd be great to help with the down payment.
What are you going to do? Take it to the grave?
Well,
it doesn't make any sense.
Why give it to them when they're 60?
Yeah.
They don't need it when they're 60. They need it when they're 30.
Yeah.
And I'm only talking about a down payment here, 50, 100 grand.
Yeah. Especially if they have a good head on their shoulders.
Right.
Yeah.
You give them here, a little tricky for you, Jacob. You give them the down payment.
Yeah.
Call it a gift. You go and buy the home, you get your mortgage from the thing, you buy the home, and then 2 or 3 months later, you can register the down payment as a mortgage as a mortgage against the home. So if they ever sold the home in 5 years or something, you technically could get your 50 grand back if you gave them 50 grand. It's a mortgage.
Ah.
Like,
yeah, you become the second or whatever,
that's
right?
right.
You become the back,
if
second back mortgage.
if a young couple wants to buy a home and they're getting married, the parents give them $50,000 registered against the home.
Right.
3 years from now, I hate to say it, 3 years from now, the couple gets divorced.
Of course they
Poor
did.
parents go, oh, there goes my down payment. Well, no, now it's registered.
Yeah.
When the home gets sold, you get your 50 grand back, and the couple splits whatever's left, and on they go.
Cool.
There's a lot of chatter about that happening these days, and I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Everybody helps everybody that way.
Well, and I think we're, we don't have to get into this too much because I think this really, really could be its own other podcast is the emotional situation. So yeah, like I said, I have over the last couple of years said to people, maybe it's not the time, maybe you don't need to buy, maybe you need to rent. But there is this emotional part of not ever feeling like you're going to get out of the hamster wheel. That for my own children, again, this maybe is just, a mentality shift, but I don't want my kids to rent. I want them to feel like they are investing in themselves. Even if it is an investment, actual growing your money, you're investing in your own self, knowing that you're committing to something, right? And you're going to see it through and eventually get off the hamster wheel. That payment is eventually going to go away. Right. Yes, your property tax. Yes, the interest. Yes.
Yes, it's a forced savings, and we started off the podcast. Yeah. I just think I think that's a brilliant strategy.
Yeah.
And I think you're smart enough that you'll tell your kids, hey, we're not buying a single family home. We're buying you a duplex or a triplex, and that's how you're starting.
What do you mean? I already did. They're going to live downtown.
Well, there you go. Too late.
Here you go, guys.
I'll take that one back.
Yeah. The other thing I often tell people about, and I thought this was crazy too, I feel like that we heard about this at the Rich Dad Poor Dad, was the vendor take back.
Yeah, vendor take back. That's another option to buy.
Yeah. And I've said over the years sometimes to Jacob, I'm like, we can't afford this, but let's pitch it to the vendor and see.
Absolutely.
Let's see if they're
That's no
willing
different
to
than
hold
us.
it.
We bought that one building with. Did I already talk about that? We bought a building with $50,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah. That's how you did it?
There's a lot of people that own their properties.
Right.
And they get older and they don't want to deal with them anymore.
Yeah.
And his name was John, and he worked at a Hayes Dana before it closed. He worked at Hayes Dana his whole life, and him and his wife, he worked at Hayes Dana, and him and his wife owned a 17-unit building.
Wow.
And he was retiring, and he just happened to have a buddy who was a locksmith, and one day we ran into the locksmith, and he said, hey, my buddy thinking about selling, and we were like, ooh, I would love to have that building.
Yeah.
He said, well, I'll let you guys meet each other. So we went, we sat with John, and we talked to him, and he was a nice man, and he liked me, and I said, I really love this building. but I have no money. But I really love this building. How can I? Now, what you ask, it's how you ask.
Right.
I really love this building, but I have no money. How can we do this? And he said, well, it's paid for. Why don't you give me $50,000 and I'll hold the mortgage for you for 2 years?
Right.
So I collected all the rents and paid him his interest. So he was happy. He got paid every month.
Right.
All the rents were still getting paid. I gave him $50,000 down.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice for the seller to not get like one big chunk, which can be intimidating.
Not only
You kind
intimidating,
of want
but
it paid
smart.
as
You're
like,
right.
you want it
Right.
paid forever.
So if I gave him all his money, what's he going to do with
Yeah.
it? So basically, he just turned his building into an investment for himself. He was getting paid every 30 days.
And not worrying about all the stuff that
I think it was
entails.
2 years or 3 years. After 2 years of 3 years of doing this, I got a conventional mortgage from the bank and then gave him his money. And
once you had paid him enough.
We
or
bought a
whatever,
17-unit
could
building with
qualify for it.
$50,000 down.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I want to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Just do like a short-term vendor take back.
Vendor take back. A year, 2 years.
Yeah, you hope within a couple of years you know what your goal is.
It's much easier. I know a lot of people might not understand what I'm about to say, but it's a lot easier to get a mortgage from the bank when you already own something. Now, if
we found that we had to carry that private mortgage for a year, and then
But then
after a
you
year,
owned
then
it.
they gave it to us.
Well, sure, you owned it already.
Yeah.
They're just refinancing something you own. If you would have went to them in the beginning and said, hey, can I please have $1 million to buy this? They'd be like, you crazy.
That's what happened.
Get out of here.
That's exactly
Take
what
Jacob
happened.
with you. Get out.
Jacob doesn't even show up to the meetings.
But when you show up and say, hello, I own this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about refinancing. They're like, whoa, have a seat.
Yeah.
How can I make money off something you own already?
Yeah. And I actually remember asking them this, like when we went through the private lending situation, saying like, is this like built into your like legislation? Is the underwriter like, I have to wait a year, or is this lender protecting this lender, whatever? But I think it's this unspoken rule that they know, like you've proven that you've paid it for a year and now they're willing to do it. So it's not just that you own it, but that you've owned it for like a specific amount of time. Then all of a sudden now
the wheels reverse though, because you're coming to them with an asset you already own. And they're only going to give you up to 70% of its value. They're protected.
Right.
They're protected by the asset.
Yeah, and as long as you made a good investment, you didn't buy a shitty deal.
Right. They get appraisals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many people that are employed in the real estate world.
Yeah.
Appraisals, mortgages, real estate agents. Like, so many people are tied
None of those
into
people
this.
are sweat equiting, that's for sure.
You're the sweaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're sitting here on this side of the ownership.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like an agent's just selling a house. He gets his fee
they're getting a little
and
cut.
he's still got a, and I'm not saying that all agents don't, but it's smarter to own the asset.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
take it down the road for 25 years. That's where the real value is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Big time.
Awesome. Are we ready for a
Question 2.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
We're done. Screw the questions.
All right.
We're off script tonight.
We're taking a quick break.
We're gonna take a quick break.
All right. We'll be back.
This is where you play that funky music.
Yeah.
Talking to Pietro Mastromatteo, our in-house
uncle.
Our in-house uncle. No, our in-house real estate mentor, tycoon, all the things. Today we're talking about real estate, first-time house buying. Now I thought for the second half of our podcast we could talk about just some like personal testimonies. We all any real estate landlord or investor has all the stories because we were talking about this like on the break, but it is obviously a financial thing, and yes, we look at numbers, and yes, it makes all the financial sense. But there's a big part that's the emotional part, and that's because we're dealing with people. So I know you're saying we're in a building business, and I always say we're in a people business. We're dealing with people all the time.
They do go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And
Because
it is emotional for people.
for sure.
It's housing.
Yes.
Everybody needs a house
For
somewhere to
sure.
live.
And if you've been in a scenario where you have a tenant who can't pay, it is an emotional nightmare for both of you. I mean, of course, it's a nightmare for them too, because they're always at
There's
risk
a lot
of
of
being
pressure and stress on them
being
too.
uprooted,
Yeah.
and like sometimes they have families, and they're trying their
Yeah,
best.
just
so.
because somebody doesn't pay you doesn't mean that they're a
They
bad
don't feel
person.
bad. No.
They have things that happen in their life.
Exactly.
I have lots of stories.
Sob stories.
Oh, it could be medical, like cancer, and there's
Right.
all kinds of reasons. Mom died. I don't know
Right.
what to do, and
Job loss.
Job loss.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Divorce.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's all kinds of stories out there.
Yeah.
You have to have heart. You
Right.
do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Yeah, you can't,
You're not gonna
keep
rule with an
doing
iron
these things
fist.
and providing for people the way you do as a landlord, and care so much about
Mm-hmm.
it and not have an emotional attachment to it. So, yeah, and then I mean, there's an emotional attachment to your building too. I mean, that is your bank account. It's your equity, right? So, as people are
Well, you're putting
sometimes
a lot of time and
destroying-
effort into it as well.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to just tell us, if you're comfortable, what the most lucrative property deal that you ever did
What
was.
is the most lucrative property deal?
Yeah.
Well,
I want numbers.
yeah. Yeah. Well, lucrative. Well, here's one for you. The number's not big, but I'll tell you it was lucrative.
Short
Have you
time?
ever not even.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of flipping an offer out?
No, but I was actually going to ask you this because my girlfriend, she works exclusively in
Right.
Florida.
Right.
And she works, she calls it like escrow. She only
Escrow
works in
or
escrow.
wholesaling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, tell us about this. I didn't think this happened in Canada. When she explained it, I was like, we don't have that
It's
in Canada.
more prevalent in the States.
Yeah.
A lot of things are more prevalent in the States just because they're so much bigger than we are.
More
There's just
market,
they have
more
350
demand,
million
more
people.
Yeah.
We only have 40 million people.
Yeah.
Like you can go down a street.
Even just the timelines she was explaining
Yeah,
to me, I'm
just-
like, how can you get this done in a day?
You know how we have our stories in Canada?
Yeah,
They have 10 times the amount of stories.
right.
Like you can drive down the streets in Florida anywhere and you'll have 10 awesome houses in a row.
Right.
And then there's 2 boarded up. Why?
Yeah.
Who knows? Those 2 houses have a story. And they're
Yeah,
awesome
that's wild.
houses in the middle. They might not be awesome houses. They could be derelict on an awesome street
Right.
in Florida.
Right.
But there's a story there on
Yeah.
why it ended up that way.
Yeah. And how they're just sitting like
They're
that.
just sitting there.
So
Like-
crazy.
Like they have all
I
kinds of things
always,
there.
I always notice that driving through the States, I'll see so many of the roofs are just in total disrepair. And I
Yeah,
was like,
like,
you never
do they
see
not
that in
have
Canada.
roofers?
Like,
Never.
Yeah.
Never. We don't have enough houses to let one go derelict because somebody needs it.
What's
Yeah.
that word?
Fix-
Derelict?
Derelict?
Yeah.
I can just picture Risa right now going, oh my God, the English major. He didn't. Is it derelict, sweetie? I don't know. Is it derelict? Derelict?
that's the right word.
Derelict?
Yeah.
Derelict.
Yeah.
Derelict.
It's like abandoned. It's ruined.
It's it's not up to snuff, up to the
Okay.
bylaws. There's
Okay,
holes in the
okay, okay.
roof, man.
Gotcha.
Holes in the roof are not cool, Jacob.
Yeah.
I've never heard that word before, but he's
That's
right.
not good.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
He,
I'm seeing
he
so
always
many.
points it out. We're in the States.
You know why
and
it
I'm
probably
like, you're
blows your
right.
mind? Because you're the hands-on guy and you know what a hole in the roof every time it rains, what's happening inside.
Right?
Yeah.
It's destroying your house.
I have nightmares of water sometimes. Water is nobody's friend
No,
when
I
it comes
know.
to the
It
building.
always gets in all the
Yeah.
places. Oh, we've
man.
had so many places. Yeah.
Water is, it's amazing how we need it for life, but it ruins everything.
Yeah. On a property, it's terrible.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Oh, yeah,
Here we go.
flipping
Most,
the
most
offer.
lucrative. Most
So,
lucrative.
so once upon a time, in not so long ago, a house came up for sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it. And it was a great deal. So I jumped on it right away. Like it was probably only on MLS for 3
Is
hours.
this Spring Street?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Spring Street. No, that's another one though.
Yeah, that was so fast. You
This
bought
was
that
years
and flipped
ago.
it in like 6
Like, I
months.
mean, when I was like, eat, sleep, breathe every day, you're looking at the real estate papers every day, every day, every
Right.
day.
Right.
And when something came out new, I could like,
Do
in
the
my
numbers
mind, I
in
could
your
do my
head.
numbers in
Yeah,
my
how
head
am I
in
gonna-
like
how much
10
am I gonna
minutes.
put in?
So
How
this
am I gonna
house
pull
came
out?
up for sale, and I was like, oh, that's great. I didn't even have the money to close on it. I just knew it was a good deal. So I called the agent. I said, hey, I'd like to buy that house. I knew it was a good deal.
Yeah.
So put the offer in. It got accepted. Didn't close for 60 days.
You got time.
I got time.
You got fundraising
it's
time.
my offer now,
yeah.
and I got time.
Yeah, I'll find someone to give
I got
me the
no money,
Yeah.
but it's my offer.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, man. But I knew this guy in town. He liked these little houses. So I said, hey, Bruce, I have an offer on this house. Do you want it? I'll give it to you for $15,000. So let's just say the offer was for $300,000.
Right.
So he gave me $15,000, and I gave him my offer to close on.
Wow.
So lucrative.
Yeah, $15,000.
The number's not huge, but I didn't have any money in it.
Yeah.
I got $15,000.
All you did was sign a piece of paper.
I did nothing. I had no money in it. So you think of the ROI, the rate of return on nothing, and I got $15,000 is like
amazing.
And then if I take that $15,000 and invest it, and it starts to compound,
and think of
the
like you didn't
interest
put any
ROI
time
on that is
into,
limitless. Like I didn't have anything into it.
No time, no
now
stress,
that's lucrative.
no money. That's
right?
awesome. Yeah.
So
yeah, my girlfriend was telling me all about this. She's like, yeah, this is a huge business in the States.
Huge in
escrow.
the States. Huge.
You just got to find the deal and then sell it to someone
and flip it
before.
out to somebody who could still. Everybody makes a little bit along the way of the process.
Right.
There are fewer in between in Canada.
Well,
but
yeah, we just can't find deals here. Like nothing looks like a deal to me anymore. I'm looking at it. I'm like,
not right
no
now
way.
today.
No.
Well,
that's what
there
I mean.
was
That's
some
why
good
I am
years
telling-
before COVID, like 3 years leading up to COVID, even the first year or two of COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, I
could
remember
find the
you
deal.
saying to us, you being like, I remember you saying like, it hasn't even started going up yet.
Yeah.
Because I think we bought that house on Bridge Street for like $240.
Right.
We're like, can you believe we paid $240? And you're like, it hasn't even started yet. Because I think Toronto, it was trickling down from Toronto at that time before the pandemic.
Right. And there's other deals too. Like there was it was two buildings. It was 40 or 50. It was 40 units together, I think, in two different buildings.
Okay.
And this thing was just abused bad by an absentee landlord who lived in Toronto and didn't really want to, had a management company that was terrible, and he never came down.
Didn't keep on top
They
of
were
it.
telling him everything was awesome. He didn't stay on top of it. It was in shambles.
That's why I hate the idea of buying out of area.
Out of area? Yeah. You know,
I've had
it's
some
funny you
people
say
say,
that. There's
like,
lots
say
of
to me,
people who do that.
Invest in out of market and area, and I'm like, no.
I like to be able to drive to something.
Yeah.
I really do.
I mean, I think you have a different scenario with all your like luxury properties and
But I can
vacation
drive to
properties. But you're right.
If
you
I had
still are
to.
going to visit them.
I visit them, and I could drive. I can drive to Myrtle Beach in 13 hours. You call me. What? I'll be there tomorrow at dinner.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, especially when you're driving towards the sun and the beach.
Gotta go to work, honey. I'll see you in a few days.
Something's wrong with the rental property. I gotta go.
The smoke detector's beeping.
Yeah. I can hear it
from here. Anyways, we bought that property, and it was beat up bad.
Yeah.
And we got it, and we had to work it, though. It took us 2 years. It was so bad. I think we spent... Chris Tilder will tell you more. But I think we spent like something ridiculous, like $80,000 on pest control in the first year.
Oh
just chasing all the cockroaches and everything. Like it was bad.
Rats.
But you work the building and you start to renovate, and we were there every day for 2 years and working it and working. And then 2 years later, it was back up to being awesome. And I think, we pulled out about $1 million out of that deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think too, those like properties, like the multi-unit properties, are great because you really can kind of work as you go, right? I mean,
for sure.
As long as you do the exterior, the hallways, you could like flip a unit and then get a nice tenant in there, and you can start making money.
It's
as
so
soon
nice
as
when
done.
you can buy a building that has like 2 empty units in it.
Yeah.
Because then you go in and you make those 2 units awesome.
Super nice.
And you don't even need a new tenant. You start just moving people in the building around. Say, hey, number 18,
hey, you want a nicer room?
Hey, number 18, I just finished number 2. Would you like to move down for the... Sometimes it could even be for the same price, because it doesn't really matter. Because at the end, even if everybody's still paying the same rent, but the appraiser comes in and your building looks like gold instead of like a garbage bag.
Right.
The value shoots way up, right? Yeah,
that
absolutely.
needs to be our next project.
Absolutely, that's for sure.
I guess I could figure it out for $50,000.
Yeah, that's two different scenarios that I would consider to be lucrative.
Yeah, one's labor intensive and one, long term, and one's short. But yeah, I mean, you look at your rate of return, right?
Again,
yeah,
hands on.
Yeah, you're making $1 million versus making $15,000. $15,000 will be a nice bonus.
But
$1 million bucks.
If you ask a a financial
They'll
guru,
pick the
though. He'll tell you that
15,000.
15,000 is
Oh, yeah, you
amazing.
did nothing.
Did nothing.
Yeah,
And that
working for 2
15,000
years,
compounds
it's a lot.
forever. Like the rate of return on that is endless. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you could keep coming. Well, like I said, she's like, no, people have entire businesses on this.
Absolutely. In the
They
States,
just look
she's
up.
right. Absolutely.
I think we're too slow here. Like, we don't even have that. We don't have people just taking care of escrow.
No.
We haven't done that much in real estate, but almost every time it's always been like the keys were late, the money didn't come through, the bank didn't send the right money.
I know.
Somebody they can't get it to own. Now it's Friday. They can't do it till Monday. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Canadians are, like you said, they're just not like operating on that level of magnitude, right?
Yeah,
of like
they're
that
not.
much product going.
But when an
so.
agent in America, when an agent sells a home, the buyer and the agent go to this coordinator. There's a coordinator that picks that deal apart and makes sure everything's in order,
Right.
gets all the... That's her. I was going to say her, only because I've done a couple of women who really do a good job at coordinating the deal.
That's what my girlfriend does.
Yeah, they put that whole thing together.
All she does is focus
All
on
the-
closing day.
All the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and there's
Yeah.
nothing that goes wrong.
Yeah, here it's like always closing day is chaos.
Yeah, there's-
Just insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's always like some moving truck sitting in the driveway while people are still packing their crap. Like
So true.
it's so
Crying and-
ridiculous. Everyone's crying, throwing stuff. People are trying. The ladies are trying to vacuum. Like get out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
They
wanted
even-
to leave it clean for
They'll
you.
even set up the inspections. Like they set up the home inspections, septic inspections, like pool
Yeah.
inspections. They do it all there. It's
Yeah,
amazing. But
I
it's a
know.
whole business.
Yeah, well, every sector has a
Here,
business.
the
right? 'Cause
agent's
everyone's-
trying to coordinate
the
while
agent
he's
does
trying to sell everything else.
Yeah. And
So-
the people are just calling, yelling at their agent. They're like,
That's
I
another
don't
thing.
know.
People, these agents make a lot of money for doing nothing. Well, I got news for you.
They're
They
doing
don't
a lot
do
of legwork,
nothing.
right? Think of how many times they show you
From the
houses
time,
and you don't pay them
they
anything.
show it. The technology with the marketing these days, with the
All the
drones and
paperwork
the
and-
3D and the websites and
Yeah.
that stuff just doesn't happen by itself. These
No.
agents do a lot.
No, and again, think about it, right? They might like work 70 hours before they see a dime.
Exactly. No
Right?
sale,
So-
no money.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the time too, they're dealing with people that aren't like into real estate. They're like, I want to buy a home.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's nice? And then the real estate,
they're
like
having to take
for
care of
us-
these people around.
For us, we kind of know a little bit about what we're looking for and whatever. We
Yeah.
don't really need that
yeah.
area so much. But
Yeah.
I think the expertise from a real estate agent is, helpful for most people.
And like I said, they're the only point of contact. Like they're the person that you call.
Bet
to
you they deal
harass
with a
night
lot of
and
emotion.
day.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you think they deal with emotional people?
And
Right?
anytime, any
Oh,
hour.
yeah.
I've like
Oh,
literally
yeah.
messaged my real estate agent at 2:00 in the morning because I saw something I like and I think he needs to look at this too.
Well, we've
It's
had
like,
some
go to
like
bed. Call me at a normal hour.
Yeah, right.
we've had crazy stories like going to look at like garbage dumps
Oh,
and like just
God,
running into
yeah.
crazy people, and our real
places
estate
that I've-
agents know what to do and deal with them. And
yeah.
it's
The places I've dragged my
Yeah.
real estate
So,
agents, I'm like,
when I
this is
hear
going to be a
people-
good deal.
When I hear people say, "Oh, those agents don't do anything and they're making all this money," I'm like, no, they do more than you think.
Yeah, then you know what? Do it yourself. Then go
And-
knock on that door and try to get a viewing.
And
by
like
yourself.
every other aspect of this world, they take liability.
Yeah.
They are agents.
Yeah.
And they have a license.
Yeah.
And they are held accountable for when things go wrong
For sure.
yeah.
with somebody's biggest purchase of their life.
Yeah, we just actually had our friends buy a property up north, and the numbers that were included in the paperwork for, I think it was the property tax, weren't right. The agent had to pay them
Yep.
for like
Poor guy.
a year
Out of his,
out of his pocket.
you see?
Yeah.
Like,
He's responsible to
he's
pay them
accountable.
because he
and he
didn't
doesn't want
tell
to lose his
them.
license, right? Doesn't want
Yeah.
to get like in front of the realtor board and
Yeah,
poor
because
guy.
he didn't notice, and I mean, whoever put that paperwork together is actually at fault. It's not his
Right.
fault, but that's his due diligence. Like they're supposed to know
Yeah.
every number on every property,
Yeah,
right? So,
exactly.
So yeah, I know we've over the years, it's frustrating, right? You see like what you're buying, and you see that amount of money going to a third party.
I think that attitude came a
it's
little bit because of
frustrating.
COVID, right? COVID houses were on the market for 2.5 hours, and there was
Yeah.
7 offers on them.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I don't even think an agent had enough time to like
even
go to the bathroom and come back, and they're like, "Look, hey,
the house is sold." Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't put the sign in. Take the sign out. Don't put it in. Put it in.
I think it too is coming down to the fact that, like, you know, it's a percentage. So as the percentage of houses are going skyrocketing,
right, and they're still making their 4%.
They're still making a percentage of like now a quadruple the amount of money.
Right.
So I think that's why
people
are giving them a hard
people
time.
like to. That's right. People like to bitch about it, but now it's slow season. Now sales have been slow.
Yeah.
Right. So now that same agent is like,
hopefully
oh
they
man, I've only
stockpiled all their
sold
money.
I've only sold 2 houses in a year.
5 years, yeah.
Right? Like,
oh, maybe, yeah.
Now they're hurting, right? So have some respect for the trade and the job.
Yeah,
we need agents. I agree
for sure. Yeah, they're doing a lot of like the intermediate, like you said, like the interpersonal stuff that we don't want to deal with. Like I don't want to go knock on someone's house and be like, "Can I look at your house?"
Yeah, they
have to do all that like communication. So
yeah,
I'm really excited about this question because I haven't heard this story yet, and I thought I've heard a lot of them. But yeah, what's the most money you've ever lost on a deal?
Oof. 250,000 big ones.
Ugh.
Court case.
You can't even.
The whole 9 yards.
No.
And I won't say who it was.
Say it.
No.
Okay.
It was a city, and I won't say which one.
Oh my.
Yes.
Goodness.
So this is what happened. We found a piece of property, and we went some of our own due diligence. Hey, a piece of property's for sale.
Yeah.
You go to the city and you say, well, this is what we're thinking. We'd like to do this and this, and they're like, can't see why not. It looks great.
Yeah.
Sure. So, I think it was a piece of property. We wanted to build 5 or 6 sets of semis. So that's like 12 houses, 6 semis.
Okay.
And great. We can do this. Oh, yeah. You guys got lots of room. Setbacks look good. You're doing a little due diligence at the counter.
Yeah.
And so we bought it. We bought the piece of property. Great. And then did all our building blueprints and surveys and got our whole package together. You got to spend at least $30,000 doing all this. And we went and applied, and they said no. We said, what do you mean no? We were just here. Like, you told us we can do this.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't realize there's this little piece at the back that used to be a dump. So now we think that there's garbage on your land, so you can't build here at all. You can only build way up front here. And we're like, what? What do you mean your city, your garbage is on our land? Oh, it was an old dump, and we think that.
So what?
So we went, we'll get your garbage off our land. Well, we can't do that. Well, anyways, it turned into this big, huge court case, and we lost.
What?
We lost. The lawyer that closed for us he made a mistake with some title numbers. Like a piece of land isn't just an address, it's 0-001 east west, the plot number.
Yes.
He didn't realize that this plot number at the back was actually, we were paying the taxes on it, but the city owned it.
Oh my god.
So when they took that piece away from our development, we couldn't fit anything.
Oh my gosh.
So
what did you end up doing with the proproperty?
We donated it.
And
got a $250,000 tax write-off. But 7 years, took 7 years for that whole circle. We did get.
You paid the $250.
Paid the $250 out of our pockets. 7 years of fighting with lawyers and stress, and it was just terrible.
That's awful.
And then at the end of the day, we never really got any money back. We were stuck with this piece of property that we couldn't do anything with it. So we donated it to the YMCA was building this little tiny building up front, and they were so happy to have it, and they gave us a write-off.
That's so nice.
It worked out a little bit in the end, but that was probably the worst.
That's not working out to me.
That was the worst.
Not.
That's not working out.
No, that's not working out.
Hey, that's life. We learned a lesson. But other than that, I would say I probably have never lost money in real estate.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I know.
It's very hard to lose money in real estate.
Right.
Not when...
There's natural inflation. I'm not saying
you can't.
There's
maybe
natural,
in development of raw lands, which I really don't deal with.
Right.
But like a house is there. It's already there.
Yeah, you just make it nicer. It's worth more money.
Oh, yeah. How do you lose? Even if you break even. You're talking about losing.
Yeah.
My brother Frank will tell you, like, He just said it. I've never lost money in real estate.
No.
He's never lost money on a deal.
No, because, I mean, you're smart, right?
You're smart.
You list it, you're like, okay,
We've
no
talked
one's
about
buying this.
Education
so...
mitigates risks.
Yeah.
Like, you're not, like, foolishly doing anything. You're checking numbers,
yeah, you're like,
the
okay,
values,
this is
the
whatever, somewhat comparable
loan to value.
or whatever. Yeah.
There's just so much information. It's really
hard. And I always
hard.
tell people, too, they're like, oh, what if I, like, go to sell? Because we have a couple friends now that bought when the market was really high.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's worth, like, $100,000 less. But I still say, in those scenarios, then like you wait it out, then you like wait and hold it, or you rent it out, find some interim
it'll just come
ways
back
to make money.
Yeah.
And get somebody else to pay the mortgage if you really don't want
Exactly.
it. You go live where you want to live.
There's
you don't
so
live there, go live
many
somewhere else.
facets and ways out, or ways not even out. Just it's like stocks and everything else. They tell you to hold for the long term. It's real estate. You just hold.
Yeah. You hold until the market's better.
Right.
Or you're ready. Yeah.
And I think once upon a time, you guys know Erica Lepp, right? Erica
Yeah,
Lepp?
yes we do. Yeah, we met her.
She's a friend of ours from Niagara Lake, and she was like, "Oh, Pietro,
actually, I want to call her. She's like an Airbnb guru,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, she's crushing Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And she has fun doing it.
Yeah,
she's like us.
She's like a designer.
She doesn't really need to do it, but she enjoys it so much, and she's good at it.
Yeah.
So she enjoys doing it, so she does it.
There's such like a artistic and creative part of Airbnb at that level when you're doing luxury properties.
Yeah, and she was raised in the hospitality. It's not like it's out of her wheelhouse. She knows what's going on.
Yeah.
She knows what time it is.
Yeah.
So she knows what's going on. So she enjoys it. But anyways, once upon a time, she had a chunk of money and she was like, I don't know what to do with it. I just don't want to invest it. I think maybe I want to buy a house. We've always wanted a house in Barbados.
Oh.
What do you think, Pietro? Like, should I buy this house in Barbados? She was struggling. I looked at her one day and I said, buy it. Life is short.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it,
you sell it.
Sell it.
Yeah.
It's real estate.
Yeah.
Try it. And if you don't like it, just take your money back.
Yeah.
And she was like, you made way too much sense.
I'm buying it.
Boom. I think she had the offer in the next day.
Wow.
And she still owns it, by the way.
Come on.
So, yeah. They still own it, and they spend winters there, and they Airbnb it when they're not there.
Perfect.
And she's loving it.
Yeah.
And it's a piece of real estate.
Yeah.
You don't like it? Sell it and move on. It's not like a stock that just went boom, and guys are jumping off the bridge, which I never understood. I
knew this was at risk.
I can't even go to the casino and lose $20 because I hate losing money.
Yeah.
But I love real estate.
Yeah.
It's not a gamble to me.
It's not a gamble. No. I mean, as long as you're doing your numbers.
Due diligence.
Due diligence and making sure you know what you're buying.
You have to be educated in everything you really do.
For sure. And you're dealing with a lot of money. So if you're spending money and you're not educated, then, then you're
just being foolish.
Yeah. And maybe you're going to run into scenarios where you do lose if you're being foolish.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last question we have tonight is craziest landlord stories.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
How much time you got?
I know.
I've been a landlord for 32 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been a landlord for 32 years.
Crazy.
And I've seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, when I first started being a landlord, I was working full time, 60 hours at a construction company and doing this on weekends and nights.
Yeah.
I've always been like a business owner, so I was working,
always working.
Part-time.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife was really... I don't think I could have been where I am today if it wasn't for my wife.
Yay, she's the best.
She held the fort down.
Yeah.
And she was always at home and raising children. I was doing everything. I was building houses for people during the day.
Yeah.
I was building our own house at night, houses at night that we would flip in a year and a half, 2 years.
Right.
Because capital gains were tax free.
Yep.
I was owning rentals and trying to run them. And she was at home taking care of everything always with a smile. I probably wouldn't have done as well as I would have done if it wasn't for my wife.
Totally.
She's
the best.
She's
my BFF.
Tomorrow's Valentine's.
I know. Huh? Yay.
No, that is true. That is true.
Totally.
I don't know. Some may look at her and say, well, you've never worked a day in your life. And I'll say,
she never stops working.
Oh, she never stopped.
Yeah.
She was doing more than you. And allowing me. Like, we were building our houses, and I would say, honey, we're going to build a house, and we're going to move here. And she'd say, Okay. And I'd say,
when's
okay,
the agent coming?
I'll see you in 6 months.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'd be gone.
Yeah.
Building
Or an agent's coming. You better clean the house.
And she did. She got all the houses ready for state. Like, she did a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Crazy landlord stories. Well, I've had 3 deaths. I've had
Oh my God.
hoarders. I've had pests,
babies born?
cockroaches. I had livestock. I had a pig once in a living room.
No. Livestock.
Probably every
I'll tell you one
fluid you
story.
can imagine.
I'll tell you one story.
Okay.
Christmas Eve, right?
No.
Come on.
Of course.
Christmas
Always.
Eve. Now, Christmas Eve is a very important day
Yes.
at my family, my mother and father.
This is like your Christmas night.
Yeah. You cannot miss Christmas Eve unless you have a death certificate, a doctor.
You're in the hospital.
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah.
You don't miss Christmas
No.
Eve. So I was at Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. And I came home at about, I don't know, went to my parents' house at 7, came home at 11:30 at night, half cocked. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Right?
Hitting the
Everything's
dog.
great. Not sooner did I put my head down on the pillow. Maybe 20 minutes later, the phone rings. I'm like, phone's
Christmas
never
Eve.
good.
Yeah, on Christmas
when the phone
Eve.
rings at midnight on Christmas Eve. Hello? Hey, it's Chris. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, Chris. We got a flood. What?
Oh, no.
We got a flood. They said it looks like a rainforest. I'm like, what?
Oh, my gosh.
So he comes and picks me up. It was a 3-story building, about 9 units, 3 stories.
Yeah.
We walk in the back door. It was a rainforest. I mean, the water was coming through the ceiling on the bottom floor like I have never seen before. I didn't even know what to say. I was just like,
dumbfounded.
There's fire trucks outside and cops. I'm going, what happened?
Why did they call the cops?
Well,
because a rainforest inside.
The second floor started to have a rainforest in their unit. They didn't know who to call, so they called.
They called the police.
Well, they did. And the fire department. You know what? Those firefighters and cops, they come to anybody who calls.
I know.
At least to check it out. It's
I know,
awesome.
but
so
like,
this
what are
is
they
what
gonna
happened.
do?
This is what happened. A nice young man. He was a great guy. He was a single father. He lived on the 3rd floor. Mm-hmm. And he came home from his Christmas Eve. And he went to the bathroom, and men stand up when they pee.
Yeah.
While he was standing there, he had a heart attack. And he fell forward, and he snapped the bowl off of the base of the toilet. Now, the bowl holds the valve that calls for water and stops.
Right.
He broke the back of the toilet off when he died.
Come on.
And the water went whoosh for 3 to 4 hours coming out of the water line on the 3rd floor. It went through the 2nd floor, who just moved in, all over Grandma's heirloom table, through the 1st floor and into the basement. And I mean, it looked like a rainforest.
Wow.
On Christmas Eve.
Oh my god.
Christmas Day, I am the firemen shut off the water.
Was there also a corpse?
Well, they took care of that. Yes, this was hours into the night. I was there till 3 o'clock on Christmas Day, sucking up water.
Gosh.
We weren't allowed to go into the 3rd unit apartment where he passed away because it's protocol to make sure it's not a crime scene for how did he die, this and that. Nightmare.
Wow. On
Christmas Eve.
Wow.
That's one of my best stories.
That's brutal.
I've got some, like, I've had 3 deaths. We had one guy who, I don't even, do they want to know this stuff?
Sure. Yeah, crime scene. Let's go. CSI.
Okay.
Artistically married.
I think I heard this one.
Yeah?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. So, 3-story building.
Yeah.
We get a call from a tenant. It says, hey, smells like garbage up here on the 3rd floor. And we're like, garbage? It can't be garbage. We take every garbage. What do you mean garbage?
Yeah.
No. Okay, calm down. Let's go check it out. Okay,
Yeah.
so we get there. We walk up to the 3rd floor. I don't smell anything. Nothing, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Whatever. And we left. A couple days go by. We have a painter in the hall. He's painting. He goes, I think I smell garbage. We said, what?
We were just there. There's
We were
no
just
garbage. Yeah.
No, when we came down, nothing. This is weird. He goes, I don't know. I thought I smelt it, but now it's gone. Okay.
It's like a
And then
weird
2
whiff.
more days go by. Phone rings. I can just see Chris's face. What? Yeah. What? Yeah. Okay, we're on our way. Let's go. Where are we going? Let's go to Main Street. Okay. We get there. I tried to find my buddy. I haven't seen him in a week. Blah 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 blah.
No.
He passed away on his couch in the 3rd floor. He passed away on his couch. When the wind blew this way, the smell would come into the hall, and when the wind changed, it
was
left.
fine.
So nobody found him for a week. And when you pass away and nobody finds you for a week, it's called letting go. All the acids in your body. He ate through the couch.
No.
He ate through the plywood floor. It started to almost go down into the unit below. We weren't allowed to, it was like hazmat.
Oh yeah, for
total
sure.
cleanup.
It's so dangerous.
Insurance job. We weren't allowed to go in.
Yeah.
The stuff that they used to clean that apartment, and they did a fantastic job. Here's a free plug for Winmar Insurance Restoration. They're there to help you all the time. Anyways, they did a great job putting the place back together.
Wow.
And it was an insurance job, and
Yeah.
it all happened, and we didn't lose rents or anything. It's all built into your insurance, so it was great.
That's amazing.
The stuff they used to clean it, I swear I could smell it for 3 years later. It was
Because the
just,
cleaner has to be stronger than the smell of death.
I just knew why that smell was there, and I
Yeah.
couldn't get it out of my...
Now I know. Remember that time that our friend called us and said your house is on the news?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I was like, what are we going to do? Let's call Pietro. And I called you, and your reaction was lovers quarrel.
That's it. Lovers quarrel.
I was like, we're on the news. Somebody got killed in our. Somebody got
okay.
stabbed in our house.
You're
like,
the landlord.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever. It's
all
none.
good.
It's none of your business.
That's what you told us.
None of your business.
I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
what are
but
the
one of our
chances?
tenant is in jail and the other one's in the hospital.
That's okay.
Who's gonna pay us rent?
You probably got out of that, but that why she stabbed him is none of your business.
Yeah, it didn't end up being as bad, but it was, that's a wacky situation.
Yeah. That's
Yep,
a good one. I've had
landlord
hoarders,
stories.
everything.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so crazy.
I had a hoarder so bad once. We got a crazy water bill in the building.
Oh.
And we went through every unit and nobody had water on, but the meter was going zoo, 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 zoo. I'm going like, what the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck is
Who's
happening?
running their water?
So, we knock on his door. He's a hoarder. He wasn't a garbage hoarder. He was just like a floor to ceiling. Yeah, he slept on the couch. You couldn't even get into the bedroom.
Oh my god.
The hallway was stacked one side. Like, I just couldn't figure out this water leak. I had professionals there trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't figure it out. So finally I went into his unit and I got closer and closer and closer to his bathroom because you can only walk to. And I got to his bathroom and I could just hear very slight. Like, what is that? His tub was so full of clothing.
He didn't
like-
know the water had turned on. It was
I had to move all the clothes and the hot water had been on for a month.
No.
And the more clothes I moved, the louder it got.
Oh my gosh.
He had no idea his tub was running.
Wow.
And neither did we.
Yeah.
Crazy story.
Wow.
Crazy story.
Yeah.
I got all kinds of them. That's a whole podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a fun one.
Yeah, it
Water
happens,
running.
man.
Oh god. Maybe we don't need a big building.
Yeah.
Never mind. Change
Nah,
our minds.
It's not as bad. I mean, I'm talking about a few stories. I've had a few bad stories.
Well, think
in
of how
30
many years and how many doors,
Yeah.
right?
Like, people are people.
30 years and 100 doors.
A lot of things happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I've actually enjoyed meeting all the different kinds of people.
Yeah, well, that's what I loved about the Airbnb. I felt like it was like, you're hanging out with travelers, you're hanging out with people, like you're learning people's stories, right?
Yeah.
So if you are an empathetic or compassionate person, it can be really rewarding. And when
Jacob,
you have
is that
great
your
tenants-
best story? Is the stabbing? Which I mean is good.
It's a good story.
Is it?
For our real estate?
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Except for your Monteith one, that you in that sewage pit. That's a pretty good story.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible.
That's a good story. That's
all
a
the
shitty
all
story.
the tenants,
Yeah.
all the tenants in Monteith have been kind of a nightmare.
Whatever, yeah, that house.
Seven.
That
Well,
whatever.
we've had
That's a
floods.
good attitude to have because
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
long-term game. At,
Well,
the
he
end,
doesn't-
at the end of the year, if your mortgage got paid every month and the value went up that 3%,
Yeah.
you're doing good.
Well, even that private lending story I was telling you, yeah, you were just like, meh, like, have you made money at the end? I'm like, yeah, I did. You know, in my mind, while as I was paying those interest
Yeah.
payments, I was like, I lost 75
You
grand.
didn't have to
but, like,
crawl into anything.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. When's your sewage pit story coming?
Nope, it's never coming.
That's a blue
That's a
job.
blue job.
That's a blue
exactly.
job, not a pink job.
Yeah, the pink jobs are me talking
That's
to tenants
hilarious.
and taking cashing checks.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Awesome.
sure.
Well, I think this has been amazing. I know we were kind of all over the place, but I think
That's okay.
yeah, I
It's
think
a
it
great
was great.
introduction for people.
Yeah, exactly.
If you ever
And,
want
yeah,
to
we-
concentrate on a topic.
Yeah.
Because the nuances in real estate could be
I
like,
know.
how do you get all that in one
Yeah,
podcast?
exactly. Yeah. We'll definitely have you back and maybe do like a, biannual or quarterly real estate update. Because, yeah, it really is
Yeah.
changing all the time, and our real estates are always changing too. So, yeah, amazing. Well, thank you so much
Yeah,
for joining
thanks for
us
having me.
tonight.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And, yeah, we'll definitely get you back.
Awesome.
All right.
Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, and you'll never miss a podcast.
Good night.
Good night.